Hello, I'm Lazy Grouse and welcome to this video walking through the Skaven units and mechanics of SFO Grimhammer 2. First up we got Clan Morse, which focuses heavily on clan rats, so they got an additional variant of the clan rat with maces. They function mostly like normal clan rats, except they have armor piercing damage and they come with both shields and without. Clan Morse also get access to the legendary unit, the Red Guard, which is an excellent anti-infantry unit with the ability that boosts their damage output as soon as the enemy lord or hero comes within 50 meters of the Red Guard. They also get access to the legendary hero Ska Bloodtail, which is an anti-large character with Invigorate, which you can use to buff everyone's melee attack, speed and vigor for 40 seconds, with the drawback of for 20 seconds reducing melee defense, speed and vigor. And he also has the Indomitable ability, which increases his survivability with melee defense and physical resistance, as well as buffing all lords and hero around him with damage, as long as he's alive, basically. Clan Eshin gets access to the legendary Black 13, which is a unit of 13 units, but each one of them is incredibly deadly with 60 melee attack, with Weeping Blade, and massive weapon strength of 250. They get access to Concealment Bomb to help them stalk around the map. They get access to Smoke Bomb so they can either catch or run away from a unit on the battlefield. And they also get Smoke Out, so if they're losing melee combat, they can debuff the damage of what they're fighting and safely get out of there, as they also reduce the speed of the unit they're fighting. Clan Pestilence gets another variant of the Plague Monk in the Anointed Plague Monk, which got a magical attack, but also Dampen, which reduces the magic resistance and armor of everything it's fighting, which not only helps them because they have magic attacks, but it also helps your caster if you want to target spells on the things that the Anointed Plague Monks are fighting. They also have an ability in 3 stages with Strength and Pain, Agony Awaits, and the Ecstasy of Anguish, which basically means they're tankier the more damage they've taken. And with Richters specializing in Storm Vermin, they got their own variant of the Storm Vermin, both in Sword and Shield and Halberd variant. They are similar to the normal Storm Vermin, except they have 30 more units and increased health as well as increased leadership. They also get access to the legendary Lord Rickirk's Slice Blade, which got access to the Heroic Blow ability to boost some damage, Flow of Battle to increase speed and vigor, you got Rally to boost leadership around them, you got Guardian to protect other lords and heroes with physical resistance, and Frenzy. Most Skaven clans gets mechanics based on the legendary lord of their faction. For example, Queek Headtaker here is known for killing people and taking their heads as trophies, which he also often talks to. And this is reflected in that he can get followers in the form of heads, and the more legendary lords he kills and trophy heads, he gains more awe, which can be spent on a different number of things. For example, he can spend it on warlord stuff, which gives, well, it gives him a bunch of weapon strength, but it also gives a variety of bonuses to, well, mostly warlords. He also buffs clan rats, and there's a variety of different bonuses here to really get his clan rats going, and they can become very strong with all these buffs. And we also have War Cries, which is 10 duration buffs for a variety of different things. We also have, as mentioned before, Ska Bloodtail, which we can have access to from the turn 1, as you can see here. We just have to recruit him. He is not that expensive for a legendary hero. Queek also has a new line in his skill tree, which starts with the Red Guard, which allows him to recruit the Red Guard, but it also gives him access to his trophies, which gives Queek's awe generated every turn. And it ends with Your Head is Next, which constantly debuffs the enemy lords and heroes in combat. Clan Pestilence and their legendary Lord Skrolk only care about spreading plague and perfecting them. This is reflected in their pox samples, which, depending on how many pox samples you have, you get an increasing bonus to your faction and your armies. You get pox samples by spreading plague, which you spread through the Pestilence scheme, where you can get a unique plague priest and send them to any settlement that's not your own and start a plague. The more settlements that's affected from this plague, the more pox samples you'll get. You'll spend these pox samples on a variety of different technologies. First, you have to research Liturgus Infectus, which will start to drain your pox samples, so I recommend using them as soon as you get them, because you can also not stock up on them before researching Liturgus Infectus, because you can have a maximum of 25, so you don't want to go over, because those will be wasted. But you also want to get these researches as fast as possible, because they are very strong, and some of these will really change your army for the better. And once you research all of them, you can research the Viletide Cometh, which will greatly increase the power of your plagues, but also give you a bunch of faction bonuses. Unlike the previous two clans, Clan Richters does not have access to their own special currency. They do, however, have access to a modified technology tree, which gives them access to very powerful technologies. Each of these technologies will make your Storm Vermin stronger, as well as giving buffs to the faction outside of combat. However, to research them, you have to occupy certain settlements around the world. They can be found both in the New World and in the Old World. Unfortunately, if you're playing the Vortex campaign, half of these will not be available. So if you want to take advantage of all of these with Clan Richters, you have to play in Mortal Empires. As mentioned earlier, they also have access to the legendary Lord Rickard Sliceblade with the trait Swift Violence, which gives the entire army charge bonus +5, public order -2 in enemy local provinces, melee defense +10 for Tretch Craventail if they're in the same region, and melee attack +10 when they're in foreign territory. The remaining Skaven clans, Scryer, Eshin and Molder, haven't gotten a new mechanics since they already got unique mechanics and currencies of their own, and in my opinion doesn't need a new mechanic, since I think that the mechanics they got in their own DLCs are some of the best DLC faction mechanics in the game as is. And that's all the units and mechanics of Skaven in Grimhammer. Which Skaven clan do you think got the best mechanic, and what do you think of the units that Grimhammer adds? And that's all for me, so thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye!